Novel will be telling about the writer himself. Biography, that means if you write the biography of mine, then that will be the biography. But if you write your biography by yourself, that would be autobiography. And now please everybody keep your mobile phone in bag, not in front of you. And keep your eyes fixed on, not me, fixed on the book. And stop jumping your lips. Okay? So the title of the novel is The Portrait of Artist as a Young Man. Okay, so it is an autobiographical novel, and we see several characters over there. As you see, the characters are Stephen Dedalus, the protagonist, and back this side. I think the mobile phone in your back is problem, yeah? The protagonist is Stephen Dedalus, and the other characters Simon Dedalus, Mary Dedalus, Charles Parnell, and then Dante, and then Uncle Charles, Father Donald, and actors and others. And the setting, what is the pronunciation of the college? I can't pronunciation. Longways.
Yes, sir.
Wood College, and also Belvedere. It is PG, Belvedere College, and University College Dublin, and also the other parts. That is the theme will be the intellectual development. That is the theme. The intellectual development of whom? Intellectual development of a young artist. And who is the young artist? That is Stephen Dedalus. How? Intellectual development, how can it happen? How can it be happen? That is the intellectual development of a writer. And if he or she becomes the young writer, that question becomes crucial. Okay? That is how a young man can be an intellectual. We will be understanding a bit after reading this novel. I can make you fully understood this theme, but I will try my best. So if you can concentrate and follow the pace. But if you can't follow the pace of my reading or taking class, please stop me if you can understand nothing. Okay? So the intellectual development of a writer. Another one is the stream of consciousness. The stream of consciousness. What it is? A stream of consciousness, what it is? A stream of consciousness is a technique of modern writing. Okay? That is, a person's thoughts and conscious reaction to events perceived as a continuous flow. Continuous flow. That means the thought process, the stream of consciousness, that means the thought process of a person flows spontaneously. Then you can hinder আপনার মনের মধ্যে যে কথাগুলো ভাসছে সেই কথাগুলোর যখন বহিঃপ্রকাশ হয় আপনার কাজের মধ্য দিয়ে সেই কথাগুলো এবং কাজের ধরনকেই বলা হচ্ছে stream of consciousness. So you will see the stream of consciousness technique in this novel, A Portrait of the Artist. Okay, every human being likes to do many things, but they can't do so for the cause of several rules. That rules can be applied by family members, parents, society, and country as well. Okay, but the stream of consciousness technique will try to overcome such kind of rules and try to present his or her own inner self, মনের মধ্যে, মনের গহীন কোঠরে যে আবেগ অনুভূতি কাজ করছে সেটা প্রকাশ করার যে ভঙ্গি সেটাকেই বলা হচ্ছে stream of consciousness. Okay, so that novel, and that is the principles of psychology, so that we see in this novel. Okay, so these are the characters and themes. The novel begins with Stephen Dedalus' first memories when he was about 3 years old. Most probably in the initial class I have said that in a novel, the novel will cover at least the 40 years of the protagonist's life. Okay, that means a long chronological history. So in the same way, the novel starts when our protagonist characters is only 3 years. The fragmented lines from the childhood story and the nursery song and are linked with the family associations and sensory perception and pieces of conversation. Actually, a 3 years boy or girl, they can perceive what you do and what is done by others in front of him or her. Okay, he can perceive if he or she watches someone quarreling, he or she will try to do so, and the vice versa. If he or she sees someone showing sympathy to other person or a sick person, the person or the 3 years boy or girl will try to show such kind of mental activity or physical activity. Okay, so our protagonist Stephen Dedalus perceived what was going on in his life and in his family. In this opening scene, Joyce is presenting to us the genesis, that is the origin of the mood of formation of something. As I have said, that means every day's incidents forms the mentality of a child. What did I say? Every day's, or if you can pinpoint that every hour's experience can form your mentality and confidence. Okay, and for this reason child bearing and child take care is a very responsible act and we should do it very carefully. Okay, and in this regard that is the formation of a child's mentality starts from 3 years age. That is the thing. And of a future artist, the 3-year child, he will be the future artist. Artist means who can portray picture, he is an artist. Who can write a poem, he is an artist or she is an artist. মেয়েরা কি ক্ষতি করলো, অথবা উনি যদি কোনো নভেল লেখেন উনিও একটা আর্টিস্ট। ওকে, সো আর্ট ক্রিয়েটিভ কোনো কিছু লেখা করাটাকেই যিনি করবেন তাকেই বলা হচ্ছে আর্টিস্ট। সো যখন স্টিফেন ডেডালাস একজন আর্টিস্ট হবে তখন 3 বছর বয়স থেকে তার মনের মধ্যে যে অনুভূতিগুলো হলো এবং সেই অনুভূতিগুলো কিভাবে তাকে একজন আর্টিস্টে পরিণত করলো এবং কিভাবে তার মনের ইন্টেলেকচুয়াল ডেভেলপমেন্ট ঘটলো সেটাই এই নভেলে বলা হয়েছে এবং সেটাই শুরু হয়েছে ফ্রম দ্য ওপেনিং সিন। ক্লিয়ার? ওকে, মুভিং ফ্রম স্টিফেন্স ইনফ্যান্সি to his early days at Clogways Wood College, a Jesuit boarding school. Jesuit boarding school, that means the boarding school that run by Jews. Okay, and we have heard that we have learned in previous class that James Joyce was born and brought up in a Roman Catholic family. So a Roman Catholic family, and he started teaching in a boarding school where that was the religion, that is the Jews. And for boys, Joyce focuses on 3 key incidents which significantly affect Stephen's personality. Actually, as I have said, every day's incidents will form a child's personality, confidence and other things. গল্প তৈরি হয় প্রতিদিন একজন 3 বছরের পরের বাচ্চার প্রতিদিনের কর্মকাণ্ডের উপরে তার ভবিষ্যতে উনি কি হবেন এবং 3 বছরের বাচ্চা যে জায়গাগুলোতে যাবেন, ভ্রমণ করবেন, যেসব মানুষের সাথে কথা বলবেন, যাদের সাথে কেনাবেচা করবেন, এই সমস্ত উপর ভিত্তি করে ভবিষ্যতে উনি কি হবেন সেই জিনিসটা নির্ধারণ হয় যে এই 3 বছরের পর থেকে শুরু হয়ে যায়। ওকে, সো দ্যাট James Joyce focuses 3 incidents of Stephen Dedalus' childhood that form his personality. Whose personality? Stephen Dedalus' personality. What are the incidents? First, Stephen is pushed into an open cesspool by a bullying classmates. We know here that means bullying একজন আরেকজনকে হচ্ছে কটু কথা বলা বা কোনো কিছু বলাটাকে বলি আমরা হচ্ছে বুলিং। স্টিফেন ডেডালাস এরকম একটা বুলিং এর শিকার হয়েছিল যে তাদের স্কুলে একটা নর্দমা ছিল, নর্দমাতে তার একজন ক্লাসমেট তাকে ধাক্কা দিয়ে সেই নর্দমার মধ্যে ফেলাই দিয়েছে। বাংলাদেশের নর্দমা হলে তো আরো অবস্থা খারাপ, কিন্তু সে দেশের নর্দমাতেও এখানে ফেলে দেওয়ার পরে তার অসুস্থ হয়ে গেল এবং এমন অসুস্থ হলো যে তাকে হাসপাতালে ভর্তি করতে হলো এবং কয়েকদিন তাকে হাসপাতালে থাকতে হয়েছিল। and he develops a fever which confines him to the school infirmary, that means hospitals. Here he begins to discern that he is different and he is an outsider. As I have said, that James Joyce was born and brought up in a Roman Catholic family, and then he went to school, and in his school, that school was run by Jews. Okay, so he couldn't cope with the other students religiously and other perspectives, and his physical condition was not full of strength. And with all this, he found, that means Stephen Dedalus found alienation from the other school. প্রত্যেক মানুষের বাচ্চাদের সাথে সে মনে হচ্ছিল কি আর মিশতে পারছিল না, সেটা তার আইডিয়া হলো। কিন্তু এই আইডিয়াটা প্রমাণ হলো যখন একজন তার বন্ধু তাকে ধাক্কা দিয়ে কোথায় ফেলে দিল, এই নর্দমার পাশে। ওকে, দ্যাট মিনস হি ইজ ডিফারেন্ট, অ্যান্ড ডিফারেন্ট নট ফিজিক্যালি, ডিফারেন্ট হতে পারে শারীরিক শক্তি কম বা হি কান্ট ডু মেনি ফিজিক্যাল লেবার, বাট দ্য আদার থিং ইজ দ্যাট he is also mentally different from others. One clue I have said, that is from the religious perspective. That means he was brought up in a Roman Catholic family, but the school was run by a Jesuit boarding or Jesuit members. Okay, so he thought that he is outsider. That means he is alienated from the society. Later, the second student, when he is probably 6 years old, Stephen returns home to celebrate Christmas dinner with the family and is invited for the first time to sit with the adults at the dinner table. Look here, in a family gathering, it is said that everybody or every member of a family should eat together one a time in a day. সকালে যদি নাস্তা করতে পারেন পরিবারের সবাইকে নিয়ে, সেটাও যদি সম্ভব না হয় তাহলে দুপুরে, আর না হলে অ্যাটলিস্ট রাতে। কারণ in dining table we disseminate many things, okay, and we can teach and we can learn the sharing of foods, and we can also share our knowledge in the dining table. But in some countries, or in some especially European countries, the young boys and girls, they are not allowed to sit together in a dining table. When Stephen Dedalus was 6 years of age, at his time there was a Christmas dinner, and the Christmas dinner was arranged with huge food items and also the members of importance of the family. সেই পরিবারের গুরুত্বপূর্ণ যে মানুষগুলো তাদেরকে দাওয়াত দেওয়া হয় এবং সেই ডিনারে বিভিন্ন ধরনের ফুড আইটেম থাকে এবং সবাই একসাথে করে খাওয়া দাওয়া করে। এখানে স্টিফেন ডেডালাসের বয়স যখন 6 বছর, তাকে তার অভিজ্ঞতা হলো একদিন এই টেবিলে খেতে বসা। সেই টেবিলে কে কে আছে? This extraordinary happy occasion is marred by the heated political argument between Stephen's old nurse. Okay. Actually, বোর্ড দেখতে পাচ্ছেন না, তাহলে আমাকে দেখেন। ওকে, I am okay. বলে 3 নম্বর স্টেশন বলে 3 নম্বর স্টেশন হয়েছে না বিএমপি আওয়ামী লীগের এটা বলে গেল। Okay, so Who were the member of the? Could you please come for this side? Yeah, that would be a good advice. এখানে আসলেও দেখতে পারবেন না, আবার এখানে আসলেও দেখতে পারবেন, আপনি এই স্ক্রিন দেখতে পারবেন আপনার উইশ। Okay, at the age of Stephen Dedalus 6 years of age, Stephen Dedalus got a chance to sit together in the Christmas dining table, but he was not happy. Stephen Dedalus was not happy. As I have said, that in the dining table we share foods and also we share our thoughts and knowledge, okay, regarding a thing, especially regarding the current situation of the country and the society. So Stephen Dedalus was nauseated. That means he was very much frustrated to observe the heated টার্কি না, গরম টার্কি না, সেখানে উনি পেলেন গরম বক্তৃতা এবং গরম বিতর্ক কার মধ্যে? একজন গেস্ট এবং তার হচ্ছে ওল্ড নার্স। As I have said, that Stephen Dedalus was born and brought up in a Roman Catholic family, and in that said, that was a foster mother. Foster mother means every family in European countries, they do not have time to take care of their children, and for this reason every family would carry one or two foster nurse. They would be taking care of the children. So Stephen Dedalus was cared by a nurse, old nurse, Dante, Riordan, and a dinner guest, Mr. Gasse. So Mr. Gasse and Dante, they started heated political argument. Gasse was very much rigid in his political argument, and Dante, Stephen Dedalus as a nurse, was also rigid in his religious argument. Okay, Stephen Dedalus was what's going on over there? He wanted to enjoy the party, the dining table, but he started enjoying the political argument and the religious argument. Stephen confused about the issue of religion and the politics in the adult world. Look here, I have said that everyday incident will form some personal sentimentality. Whatever you will see and whatever you will observe, you can perceive, you can understand what's going on in the world around you. মানুষের কথাবার্তা শুনে, মানুষের দৃষ্টিভঙ্গি শুনে, একটা শিশু, একটা সন্তান, একটা young boys and girls, they can perceive that what's going on in the world, what's going on in the society, and what's going on in the adult society. বাচ্চারা কিভাবে ভাবতেছে এবং অন্যরা কিভাবে ভাবতেছে, স্পেশালি দ্য পলিটিক্যাল, সোশ্যাল and the economic perspectives of that time. On returning to school, Stephen accidentally breaks his glass মানে পানির গ্লাস না, চশমা, and is unable to complete his classwork. He is unjustly humiliated and punished by the cruel prefect of studies. One teacher was very cruel and unjustly punished Stephen Dedalus. ফাজলামি করো, গ্লাস ভেঙে গেছে, অনেক পিটাইলো তাকে। Okay. But after receiving encouragement from a friend, then one friend encouraged. একটা ইনসিডেন্ট কি বললাম, যে তার এক বন্ধু তাকে ধাক্কা দিয়ে কোথায় ফেলে দিয়েছিল। দ্বিতীয় ইনসিডেন্ট কি হলো, ডাইনিং টেবিলে খেতে বসে কি করলো, পলিটিক্স এন্ড আর্গুমেন্ট নিয়ে কথা শুনে উনি কনফিউজড হয়ে গেল যে কি ঘটছে, আমি কি ভাবছি। ওকে। আর দ্বিতীয়টা হলো যখন উনি স্কুলে আসলেন বন্ধের পরে, কারণ ক্রিসমাসের ছুটি ছিল, and let me let you know the information that in the winter country, that is the Christmas vacation is the longest vacation. Okay. So after the vacation, Stephen Dedalus went to boarding school, and at that time he was beat or he was punished cruelly by a cruel teacher because Stephen Dedalus broke his glass and couldn't submit his classwork. But one of Stephen Dedalus' classmates said that, yeah, you are right, your glass was broken, I saw it. But the teacher didn't understand your logic, and for this reason he punished you unjustly. So, Stephen Dedalus, you should go to the head of the school and complain them.
Stephen Dedalus did so, and after that, the rector of the school, and Stephen Dedalus briefly goes to the rector of the school and obtains justice. That means the rector of the school said that yes, you are right and your teacher was wrong. So I will call the teacher and say that he has done wrong to you. That means Stephen Dedalus got justice from the head of that boarding school. I have said that every day's incidents will form someone's mentality and thought process, and through the age, the young and the teenage boys and girls will form their mentality. And here we will be focusing on the mentality relating to intellectual development. So this is the third incident Stephen Dedalus had in his life. That means he complained to the head of the school, that means the rector, and he got justice. Okay, good. Then the success of this meeting installed in him a healthy self-confidence. As I have said, self-confidence. যখন সে রেক্টরের কাছে অভিযোগ করে একটা সুবিচার পেল, তখন তার মনের মধ্যে একটা ভালো লাগা কাজ করলো। Okay, as I have said that strength of your mind or mental strength is much more better than your physical strength. আপনার মাসেলে কতটা শক্তি আছে, it doesn't matter, but how much your mind is powerful, that is the matter. After getting support or after getting justice from the rector of the school, our protagonist Stephen Dedalus got self-confidence that yes, I can do a thing. Previously he thought that he is alienated, he is not similar to other students, but in the third incident he got inspiration that yes, I can do something and I can get justice in this society if I claim to the person or to the right person, and enables him for a moment in the eyes of his classmates. So he became the hero towards the whole class. যে টিচারের নামে কেউ একটা টু শব্দ করতে পারে না, তার সাথে এরকম ফিবেল ক্ষীণ শক্তির একজন ছাত্র স্টিফেন ডেডালাস রেক্টরের কাছে কমপ্লেন করলো এবং জাস্টিস পেল। Stephen Dedalus became the hero of the class. After a brief summer vacation in his home at Black Rock is a place, Stephen learns that his father's financial reversal and make it impossible to return to the Conglowes Wood School. Actually, in the boarding school, the guardian should pay a large amount of money for living and for education there. So in the summer vacation, they had a summer vacation in Europe, a long summer vacation. We have got a tiny summer vacation, but they have got a long summer vacation. After the summer vacation, Stephen Dedalus understood that his father's financial condition is not good, so his father would not be able to send him to the boarding school. That means he had to drop that school, and he is enrolled in a less prestigious Jesuit day school, Belvedere College. So Stephen Dedalus left his previous school for the cause of monetary problem of his father. His father became bankrupt, and for this reason he went to another school, that is a day school. Day school means he will be going over there, attending classes, and he will come home and stay home. Okay, so it is less expensive. So Stephen Dedalus went to the second school, that is Belvedere College. Here he develops a distinguished reputation as a award-winning essay writer. Look here, I have said in the first incident he was humiliated by one of his classmates. One of his students pushed him to a cesspool. Second time he got punished from the teacher, but the third time when he complained the rector of the school, he got just the success. And for this reason he was inspired, and when he got enrolled himself in Belvedere College, he got the potentiality to write critical essays, and he became award-winning critical writer. Who? Stephen Dedalus. Stephen গালে হাত কেন অনেক দুঃখিত sorry and yes do it and if it possible keep your mobile phone away whenever you will be going to bed free advice দিয়ে দিলাম ঘুমাতে যাওয়ার আগে মোবাইল ফোন যেন কাছে না a fine actor and he became a critical writer a fine actor in his school play not only a writer he started performing in school theater and he became a good actor over there he became critical writer at the same time he became actor a theater actor over there and despite this accomplishment however Stephen feels increasingly alienated from his schoolmates okay গড্ডালিকার প্রভাব গড্ডালিকার প্রভাব বোঝেন মানে স্রোতের স্রোত যেদিকে যায় সেদিকে গা ভাসিয়ে যাওয়া Our protagonist Stephen Dedalus got award in critical writing, got award in acting, but he is not happy. He can't cope with the mentality with other classmates because all the classmates they go in a similar way, not only physically, mentally, their thought process, their active action towards society or anything, that is quite similar to our protagonist Stephen Dedalus. So Stephen feels increasingly alienated from his schoolmates because of his growing religious skepticism. One of the things, how? Actually, if Stephen Dedalus wouldn't attend the Christmas dining table, he couldn't understand the heated political argument between politics and religion. After getting such kind of thing, he got a negative or less enthusiastic notion towards religious views. Okay. So all the boys, all the classmates of Stephen Dedalus, they are religious person. They were highly religious. They believe in either Roman Catholicism or Protestantism or even in Jewish religion. But our writer Stephen Dedalus wouldn't believe any harm with any, and that was the religious skepticism. And it has gone. And because of his religious skepticism and his deep interest in literature and writing, two reasons. Okay, everybody actually doesn't like to write something and do something, creative activities. So creative activities is a different thing that you will get and that creative person will think. So our writer, our protagonist Stephen Dedalus is different from two different ways because he couldn't cope, he couldn't understand with the religious views of the person prevailed at that time in the society, and at the same time he had much enthusiasm for writing and literature. Other boys and girls who don't find such kind of interest in literature and writing. Sorry. So the feeling of isolation is intensified during a trip with his father to court. If it is possible, you can watch the movie. It is available in YouTube. In the classroom, it is not permit. The time will not permit. Okay. So at that time, his father was traveling with Stephen Dedalus with father to court. Court is another place where he learns more about his father's weaknesses. That means the economic problem he got. That means he went over there and his father couldn't pay the bill, and for this reason সমস্ত জিনিস বিক্রি করে দেওয়াকে কি বলে নিলাম, সবকিছু তাকে বিক্রি করে দিচ্ছে হচ্ছে তার বাবাকে। So Stephen Dedalus understood that poor physical condition of his father. Stephen becomes increasingly repelled by the dead-end realities of Dublin life. Dead-end realities. So this Irish writer, Stephen Dedalus and James Joyce, that can be the autobiographical novel. So Dublin life was very much money-making society, and there Stephen Dedalus got frustrated observing the economic and the social position of Dublin's life. Where is Dublin? Dublin is Ireland's capital city. Frustrated by his loss of faith in the Catholic Church, in his family situation, and in his cultural bonds, that means his bonds towards literature and writing, Stephen seeks to appease his fierce longings of his heart. Okay, so what he will do? That means he didn't have the affinity. That means extreme love for religion, extreme love for other social activities of his society. So he was frustrated. After wandering through a city's brothel district, that means he finds momentary solace in a Dublin prostitute, and this is the first time he had the experience of. He is the 14 years old at the time, Stephen Dedalus, and he had the first time experience having physical relation with a prostitute. After a period of sinful living, Stephen attends an intense 3-day spiritual retreat. But after doing such kind of unethical and irreligious activities, Stephen Dedalus frustrated more because he thought that I have done a heinous crime. And for this reason, he started doing some religious activities. A 3-day intense means dawn to dusk religious training. Stephen Dedalus. He did a crime or sin, and next time, not crime, sin, and next time he started doing religious activities.
Stephen Dedalus is far more ahead than Golden Compute.
Yeah, maybe, yes. And during that time, he is overthrown by the guilt and remorse. Actually, the creep of conscience. What is the difference between human being and others? Human being will have conscience. Okay? You have conscience. And in every religion, there is the importance of remorse. Okay? Remorse, অনুশোচনা বিভিন্ন ধর্মে বিভিন্ন ফর্মেই এটা আছে। আপনি যদি এটা গিল্ট করেন এবং সেটার পরে যদি আপনি অনুতপ্ত হন, হ্যাঁ, তাহলে সেটাকে বলা হচ্ছে যে এটা। So our protagonist Stephen Dedalus remorsed a lot after doing such kind of actually guilt, mental guilt. Yes, I did it. Such kind of activities, illegal and irreligious activities, I did. And for this reason, he was frustrated for his mental guilt and remorse. And then, panicking, he believes that Father Arnold is speaking directly to him. Actually, he was full of guilt and remorse in such a way that Stephen Dedalus started visualizing an important saint of their religion, and his name is Arnold. And তাকে এই যে তাদের যে প্রিস্ট, একজন বিখ্যাত প্রিস্ট, তাকে সে স্বপ্নে দেখতে শুরু করলো, এমন তার গিল্ট, এবং তাকে সে বলছে যে প্যানিকিং, he sees out a kindly old Capuchin priest and pleases moral reform and rededicates himself to a life of purity and devotion. And at that time, another priest came to him. Yes, you did a thing, and for this reason you can purify yourself with some religious activities. He fills his days with fervent prayers and takes part in many religious services, as many as religious services he can. Previously, Stephen Dedalus had no firm belief for Roman Catholicism and the other religious activities. But after doing a sinful act, he was full of remorse and for the cause of his mental pressure. And he started doing in such as many as religious activities he can. And Stephen Dedalus wanted to purify his sin through the religious activities after doing such kind of sinful activities. Noticing Stephen's exceedingly pious behavior, the director of the school arranges a meeting to encourage Stephen to consider entering to the priesthood. স্টিফেন ডেডিলাস এত ধর্মকর্ম করা শুরু করলো 3 মাস ধরে, এই সব কিছু দেখে তাদের স্কুলের প্রধান বলল যে ইয়েস, ইউ আর দ্য রাইট পারসন, ইউ ক্যান স্টার্ট ইউর লাইফ অ্যাজ দ্য প্রিস্টহুড। হোয়াট ওয়াজ হিজ এজ? 14। অনলি কত? তখন তার বয়স কত? 14। এই 14 বছর বয়সে একটা সিনফুল অ্যাক্টিভিটি করার পরে তার মধ্যে এত মনুষ্যত্ব, and also for this age I can tell you another thing, actually in especially the teenage, they can be emotional, okay? So emotional thing is that what they will do, they can do it with their utmost strength, and what they will hate, they will hate it with utmost strength, okay? And for this reason you will see that especially the teenage, they are guided by heart, emotionally, they are not guided by hate. So our protagonist Stephen Dedalus was also guided by emotion. He was frustrated observing the economic problem of his father. He was frustrated observing the political and religious perspectives of their country and the Dublin line. So he started going here and there, hovering here and there, and abruptly he involved in a sinful activities, just like physical relation with a prostitute. And after that he got the inspiration, oh, what I have done, and then he started doing so many religious activities that one of the director of the school, he said that you may start priesthood. As I have said, that means the teenager will be strong in their emotional expression. They will be guided by heart, not by hate. Okay. So at first Stephen is flattered. অনেকে বলে না, ও অনেকে প্রশংসা করলে বলে না, স্টিফেন মনে মনে খুবই খুশি, কি আই উইল বি দ্য প্রিস্ট। হ্যাঁ, তার বয়স কত তখন? 14 বছর। কিন্তু এক্ষেত্রে কোনো বয়স লাগে না, কেউ হতে পারে। Stephen was flattered, fascinated by the possibilities of clerical life, that means the priesthood. He was very much happy that I will be the priesthood, everybody will come to me, I will be the head of the church. Every Sunday, everybody, I have to give a speech towards the people, and I have to do everything without my permission. Anybody can't marry other. Okay, priest, we have 7 responsibility. Okay, every Sunday he will be preaching. That means delivering gospel. That means religious advice to the people who will be visiting the church. And without the order of the priest or the head church, anybody can't marry. Okay, you have to get out of
this. Your instinct that you want to become that authoritative power in the college.
Yes. Yeah. So he was flattered that I will be doing like that. But increasingly he is tormented by carnal desire. Carnal desire means physical desire. Physical desire, everybody will have physical desire. Someone expressive, someone introvert. But anybody can't deny that he will have the physical desire or the carnal desire. So Stephen Dedalus was thinking that he will be the priest, but he can't cut or he can erase the physical desire of himself. Okay? What he will do? He finally realizes that inherent sinful nature makes it necessary for him to reject a religious vocation. So inherent sinful religious activities makes it necessary for him to reject a religious vocation. And having made his discovery about himself, Stephen decides to enroll in a university. Okay? So when he was in a tumultuous situation, what he will do? Whether he will be the priest or whether he will not be. Okay? So in such a situation, he enrolled himself in a university. কোনো কিছু না করে কোথায় হলো? ইউনিভার্সিটিতে পড়ালেখা শুরু করল। And where he hopes to shape his destiny as an artist. Knowledge can be gathered in 3 different ways. Okay? এক সময় আমাদের গ্রামগুলোতে অধিকাংশ গ্রামে বৈঠকখানা ছিল। আপনাদের ছিল কিনা বৈঠকখানা? বৈঠকখানাতে একজন করে হুজুর থাকতেন অথবা টিচার থাকতেন যিনি আমাদেরকে পড়াতেন। আবার প্রত্যেক স্কুলে লাইব্রেরি থাকতো এবং সেই লাইব্রেরিগুলোতে বই ধার নেওয়া যেত। কিছু কিছু এলাকায় কিছু কিছু মানুষ আছে যারা ইন্টেনশনালি বাড়িতে গিয়ে বই দিয়ে আসে যে এটা তুমি পড়ো, তুমি ম্যাট্রিক পরীক্ষা দিয়েছো, বসে আছো, এই বইটা পড়ো। হ্যাঁ, এইরকম আগে ছিল। সো নলেজ ক্যান বি অ্যাকোয়ার্ড ইন 3 different ways. One that I have said by reading, second one by traveling, just like ইবনে বতুতা। ইবনে বতুতা ভ্রমণ করেছিল কি আমাদের এই পদ্মা নদীর সৌন্দর্য দেখার জন্য? নো, ইবনে বতুতা ভ্রমণ করেছিল যেটাকে বলা হয় ওয়ার্ল্ড পরিবার্য। হ্যাঁ, জাস্ট টু অ্যাকোয়ার নলেজ। And second one, third one is for by discussion that disseminate. Socrates, Aristotle, they had many fellows. Socrates would stay, all of his fellows তার বক্তৃতা যারা শুনতে আসতো তাদের সবাইকে উনি একটাই কথা বললো যে only one thing I know, that is I know nothing. There is only one thing I know, that I know nothing. আমি কিছুই জানি না, এটাই আমি জানি।
আমি শুনছি যে ফার্স্ট দিকে সক্রেটিস কি বলতো না, মানে he tried to gather people and
Try to
learn from them.
Yes.
What you know.
Yes. এবং সেই জন্যই তাকে হ্যামলক বিষ পানে মারা যায়, যেহেতু উনি তরুণদের অনুপ্রাণিত করেছিলেন এসব করতে। Okay, so and there whenever Stephen Dedalus got himself enrolled at university, he got the chance of talking with several people over there. As I have said, the third category, you can earn knowledge by talking with person.
I guess here the university is making satire of religion.
Not satire, not directly.
Because when
A portrait of the artist.
Stephen.
Stephen.
When Stephen tried to become a religious person, then after that he realized that he had some physical desire, that is the carnal desires, and then he left his life and became a pure Christian. So আমার মনে হচ্ছে এখানে বিষয়টা হলো যে রিলিজনের থেকে বেশি ওভার লাগে দেখানো হয়েছিল যে আমাদের এই যে ফর্মাল এডুকেশনটা এই জন্য সেটা মানে ছেড়ে দিচ্ছে।
Yes, that can be one. Yes, that can be one explanation. Yes, yes. Actually, your explanation is one explanation, but another explanation that can present the title and the portrait of the artist as a young man. What happens to a young man's heart? একজন মানুষ, যেটা আমি বললাম, a young man is guided by heart. তার মনে যেটা ঘটেছে সেটাই করেছে। ওকে, ওটা হয়তো জেমস জয়েসের বালকে এই ঘটনাগুলো ঘটেছিল বলে এটাকে করেছে। You can put it in different ways. So the decision, we are on the third page. That means the decision is immediately followed by climatic epiphany. Okay, so he got enrolled himself at a university, and there he got the chance of attending so many lectures. He got the chance of attending so many scholars over there at universities, and that formed his intellectual. And there was an epiphany. Epiphany means sudden flash of mind. Okay, abruptly many persons start whistling with their. কোনো মানুষ হঠাৎ করে কোনো কথা নাই বার্তা নাই শীষ বাজাতে শুরু করে। কিভাবে যাবে? শীষ বাজাতে শুরু করে। হ্যাঁ, কেন শীষ বাজাতে শুরু করে? তার মনের মধ্যে এমন একটা খুশির ভাব জাগ্রত হয়েছে অথবা আবিষ্কারের জাগ্রত হয়েছে যে লাভ দিয়ে বললো কি ইউরেকা। এইরকমই একটা ইউরেকা পেয়ে গেল আমাদের স্টিফেন ডেডালাস। এপিফেনি, he sees a girl wading in the sea. And to Stephen, she embodies the attraction and the promises, and he abandons wishes. He wishes to experience to experience in life, and it is this moment Stephen understands that he can't only hope to gain his experience through a life of artistic expression. And in such a juncture, Stephen Dedalus observed a girl walking at the seashore, and after getting such kind of epiphany that yes, this is his only destination, that he will be a writer. He will be a creative writer. Okay. So shortly thereafter, Stephen begins a new life as a young man in search of his own values and his own credo. That means own credo means whatever he wants to do, he will be doing. That is ja khushi ta kora. So Stephen Dedalus started doing the activities relating to his intellectual development. And in comparison with the other college students, Stephen often seems antisocial and more concerned with pursuing his own interest than supporting the causes of others. Actually, in which portion he will be happy, in which portion his intellectuality will be developed, কোন কাজগুলো করলে তার intellectuality developed হবে, তার creativity developed হবে, এই কাজগুলো করার পিছনেই সে বেশি সময় দেওয়া শুরু করলো. Okay, even Stephen himself realizes that unlike most of his friends, he is unusually introspective, and it is the typical devil-may-care university student. He rejects the typical blind patriotic blunder, and although he continues to respect the Catholic faith, he no longer believes that its tenets should govern his life. Okay, so in this juncture, Stephen Dedalus thought that he can't cope with any religious activities or social activities or the country's perspectives, and he will be doing his work. What is his work? He wants to be a writer. Through conversation of the with friends and a dean of the studies, Stephen eventually developed his own aesthetic theory of art based on the philosophies of Aristotle and Aquinas, and simultaneously he concludes that if he is ever going to find his artistic soul, he must sever all bonds of faith, family and country. And Stephen Dedalus thought that he wants to be a writer. He wants to be a critical writer. He wants to be an intellectual. How he can do this? In that regard, he pointed out the philosophy of Aquinas and Aristotle, and he said that yes, I want to be, and if I want to be a creative writer, then I have to curtail the bond of my family, country, religion and other things. Okay, so he must leave Dublin and go abroad, force his soul's created conscience. So he thought that he will be going out of the bonds. What is the bonds? That is the family bonds, country's bond and the society's bond, and even from the religious bond, giving all the bonds away. Our protagonist Stephen Dedalus went abroad to force, that means to observe other things, to write his creative writing. So in such a way, the portrait of the artist ends. Okay, so this is an autobiographical novel, and here a man tells the story of Stephen Dedalus, a boy growing up in Ireland at the end of the 19th century, as he gradually decided to cast off all social, familial and religious constraints to live in life and devoted to art of writing. So Stephen Dedalus is the protagonist of the novel James Joyce's A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. It can be autobiographical novel. Simultaneously, we see the thought process of a young writer that the protagonist Stephen Dedalus developed from his 3 years of age, and his school life, his college life, and in university life, he got several experience, and after getting all experience, he left all bond, and he wanted
to be a writer. And that's the way this novel ends. Okay, so thank you very much for attending